McNair gives it to George, running right up the middle. Touchdown! Titans! There are no flags on the field! It's a miracle!
The safety, now you're one-on-one with it.
Shows why he's the man! In trouble. Sack!
One. Titan Nation, welcome back to another episode of Titans Around the World. Today, we go to our neighbor next door. We have the Canadian Titans fan. We got my friend all the way from Canada, Max. How you doing, Max?
I'm doing fine, man. How you doing? How about you, Alex? Great really meeting you today.
You likewise, man. I like you're in your office right now. I'm assuming.
Yeah, actually, yes. I'm at the office. So there's a fridge with, I'll try to show you. So I got my fridge with my Titans on it, and this is my office. So I got everything that is rocking the Titans. So pretty hardcore fan.
Yeah, I see Nissan Stadium in the back. That's awesome, man. Is there a lot of Canadian fans out there that are Titan fans or no?
Well, you know what? At the time I start watching the Titans, not a lot, but I would say the last few years have been growing exponentially. I would say it was just probably 2-3 guys like me up in, let's say, in Canada, in Quebec and Ontario that was Titans fans, but now I've seen that we've grown quite a community. North of the 49. So it was it's great. It's getting a bigger crowd as the Titans, are doing better the last few years, and also the younger crowd gathering to the Titans. So really, but when I started following them back in the late 90s, no, there wasn't a ton of Titans fans up in Canada, especially Montreal.
Gotcha, man. Yeah, I met a few Canadian fans out there. I know there was one of the games I went there. I actually drank beer with a couple of the Canadians there. They flew in from Toronto and stuff, and they were the nicest people. They were excited, and I had me and my friend both had 2 cases of beer, which we we should have never gotten, but we got them anyway, and we gave them, and then we went inside because they finished them. We couldn't finish them all, but they drank all the beer. But
you're my fellow Canucks.
Man, they were
we're good,
Yeah, they knocked it down. Like I couldn't do it. But what part of Canada are you from?
Yeah, we're from Montreal. So
Montreal,
if you know the Habs, I'm sure so
yes,
we're
sir. Yeah, I went to this was in 2013, 14. The last time I went to Canada was in Quebec City.
Yeah.
Quebec City, and it was for my birthday. It was with an ex-girlfriend, obviously. Okay. And I froze, man. It was too cold.
You know what? Quebec City's Montreal is cold, but Quebec City is another level of cold. I gotta say, that's
It was the beginning. It was the beginning of November, and I was freezing. It snowed.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful city. Don't get me wrong. I loved the city. It was really, really nice. But at the same time, I froze to death. And I see why every Canadian's pretty like in shape, because your food portions are so tiny. I was starving to death half the time.
So well, you didn't go to the right place. You got to try poutine. Man, you got to try poutine. There's nothing better than the good poutine.
I did. I had that over there. It was really good. But like I said, it was compared to American, I guess, portions.
You didn't go to the right place, brother.
Man,
I gotta show you the good.
When I go to Canada, which I will go to Canada, man, you gotta show me around, Max. All right.
Absolutely, my pleasure, man. My pleasure.
Do you travel a lot to games by any chance?
Yeah, I have season tickets. Actually, I have season tickets. So I travel most of the game to Nashville. So I fly in and fly out from Montreal. So usually my regular schedule is that I fly Friday night. I get out. There's no direct flight, so I got to fly to Atlanta, Charlotte, Chicago to get to Nashville. And then I get there, let's say Friday night, and I will leave Monday morning, or I have my own business, so I also travel. So usually what I'll do is I got customer around, Tennessee and Texas. So usually what I do is I travel to Nashville, then I go to Dallas, Houston, and I fly back to Montreal. So usually this is my regular, I would say, trip, but I try to do business and pleasure
Yeah, man.
and following the Titans. So this year I'm planning to come to 7 games.
All right, what games you got going? Let me hear it.
So basically every game beside the Jags and no preseason games.
Okay.
So the Jags is just not possible for me. So
Oh,
but
that makes sense.
and on the road I'm gonna try to do at least two. I'm trying to do all the stadiums. So I'm at
Wow.
18 right now.
Okay.
So I'm trying to do so. I haven't done Philly, and this year we're playing Mr.
Yeah, that's
AJ
yeah,
in
that's gonna
Philly,
be
and I
rough.
know, and my one of my good friend is a die-hard Eagles fan, so
Okay.
it shall be very interesting when we go down there. I think it's in December, and then Washington too. I've never been to
Nice. Right. I mean,
Washington, so it's two stadium that would like to cross off my
look at
list.
that. That's amazing, especially coming from another country and still that dedication to come to the games. I mean, there's some people that live maybe like an hour away and they still don't go to the game. I mean, it's crazy, but that's awesome, man. And if you're going to the home opener, are you going to the
Yeah.
home opener, right?
Yes, of course. I'm going to the home opener. So I'm renting Airbnb as usual. So
Huh?
I'll be down with a good friend of mine and his wife, and we'll be at the game. So so usually I hop and I do a couple of tailgate, but I'll if you're anywhere around, it'll be
Hey
nice.
man, let me
Grab a
tell you
drink.
something. I have a second annual Mr. Tyne event that I'm hosting Saturday before the game. We're gonna
Well,
see each other, man.
sound
We rent out the whole the back of the restaurant. You're in there, bro. So I'll meet
yeah,
you
I will
there.
be there. I'll be
There
there.
we
My
go.
pleasure.
Perfect. Bring your friends. Like I
Yeah,
said it's a good group
yeah,
of people with
nice.
Tyne fans. So there you go, man. Look at that. Look at that. That's
Very
cool.
dedicated. I love it. I
That's
just
awesome, man.
yeah.
What got you into the Titans?
So I used to play football back in high school. It was a center, offensive lineman, and I start watching football. Really get into it maybe around you know my early teenage time. So then I was watching. I'm a big Canadian football fan, so
Okay.
I'm a season ticket for the Alouettes, CFL, big time. But then I start
Nice.
following NFL a little bit on later, maybe around, yes, I was watching the Super Bowl and everything, like the Cowboys and the Bills, and
Mhm.
then I got really into it with, for some reason, Eddie George. So it was really my go-to guy, and still to this day, my favorite. I know Derrick Henry's up there now, but Eddie George really got me going into the Titans, and so I start following the Titans really from almost when they start playing at Vanderbilt. So really when they
Oh
started.
wow, when they first started. So
So yeah, so you know what? And Warren Moon I was following a little bit with the Oilers, but I
mhm.
wasn't really getting. I was more a running back guy, so
Okay.
I love Emmett Smith, and then Eddie George and Steve McNair was big. Then following the Titans and that. Remember watching that Music City Miracle,
It's
and
crazy.
you with there's a lot of Canadian fans that are Bills fan, and especially back then, the Bills were pretty. The Pats now were FT popular in my
Mhm.
area, but back then it was the Bills in the '90s and early 2000s. So that's how I got into.
Nice. I mean, yeah, if you think about it, they're just right there. I mean, depends
Yeah,
on where
I
in
mean, I've
Canada
been
you
many
are,
times
right?
to the Bills. I mean,
Mhm.
they're pretty crazy people up there. Bills Mafia is you know
Yeah.
they're a special group of people. There's no doubt about
Yeah.
it. Very passionate, and they've been supporting their team also through thick and thin. Like I think the Titans fan deserve kudos to to
Yeah.
the for that era of mediocrity that we had to go through. Almost
Yeah.
like a tough 10, 12
I
years.
don't know what's worse. I don't know what's worse, losing 3 or 4 Super Bowls in a row,
Yeah,
or
true.
just
No, I rather be a Titans fans, because
exactly.
I don't think I would be alive if we lose two.
That would
I
be
think
too hard. I
I
mean,
would be
look at
dead.
we still struggle for the one, the Rams Super Bowl '99. So imagine if we
I
had to do,
can't. I can't.
man.
That was the first time I got my heart crushed. In
Oh yeah,
99,
the Titans will
2000.
do that to you, man. The Titans will do that to you. But again,
Yeah, I mean,
it's the love of
so
the
yeah.
team, right?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I was in Kansas City 2 years ago when we lost. You know what? I
Uh,
was buying my You know what? I think I jinxed it. At the halftime, I was buying the tickets for Miami for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I was in KC, and I was like, "Damn, man!" I was with my buddy. I said, "Fuck, we're half away from, from going to the Super Bowl." I was like,
Wow.
"How, man? It's gonna cost me an arm and a legs to get there." But it was, yeah, it's just great.
Yeah.
Hopefully we have a good season coming ahead with all you know the
Yeah.
changes and everything. It should be interesting.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. And like I
Yeah,
said, we'll keep in touch, man. It's
yeah.
like I said, I would love to have you later on in the
Mhm.
season to go jump on the show again. I do
Yeah.
appreciate you
Mhm.
taking your time, man. I know you're working and stuff, but I appreciate you being a Titans fan and being so loyal and still coming to the games. And I'll see you in September. I promise you, I'll give you all the information, man.
Yeah, just shoot me that, and I'll be there. I'll come Saturday, and
There we go, man.
let me
All
know.
right.
Thanks,
All
brother.
right. All right,
Have a good one.
Max. Have a good one, buddy. Tighten up, buddy.
Tighten up, man.